Welcome to Teen Yoga. I'm so happy to be here with you again for today's practice, which is called the power of yet. So as we do our practice together today and you encounter something that you have not yet done or learned or tried, instead of saying, I can't do that, I want you to just notice what happens when we put the word yet at the end of that sentence. I can't do that yet. It's almost as if this three-letter word changes a scenario that feels finished to a scenario that is actually an opportunity for growth and learning. And so as we breathe, as we move, as we try maybe some different things here on the mat, I want you to just be conscious and aware of the power of yet. Using these opportunities as growth opportunities or to try something new. But before we begin, let's warm up with a mindful moment. Come to the center of your mat, crisscross applesauce or shin in front of shin, and close your eyes. Take a moment to just be. Really breathe. Sitting up nice and tall, strong spine, straight back. We're going to be spending the majority of our time on the mat today on our hands and knees. Lots of floor poses, not necessarily a lot of standing poses. So I want you to just prepare your spine, your wrists, your low belly, for the wonderful work that's about to come to this mat. Think about something in yoga that perhaps has been a challenge for you. Maybe it's plank pose, or maybe there's been a challenge with pigeon. See where that little word yet can be placed in all of that. I can't do plank on my hands and feet yet. Maybe today I'm going to just try it, even if it's for one breath. We're going to begin to wake up the neck here by keeping our eyes closed and slowly tucking the chin in towards the chest. Keeping that straight spine, but feeling that stretch in the neck and the upper back. And now exact opposite. Lift that chin up towards the ceiling and feel that stretch in the front of the neck. Probably some skin here doesn't really get to see the light of day much. Let's do that again. Tuck the chin, slow and gentle. And lift the chin. Good. Come on back to a neutral neck. And now this time we're going to tick-tock our ears. So right ear is going to go to right shoulder. And just feel that left side of the neck. Option to palpate or really just kind of give yourself a little massage here, waking up the sides of the neck. Good, and slow and gentle, left ear to left shoulder. You may have a couple snap, crackle, and pops, that's okay. It's your body just saying, hey, you haven't invested in that part in a while, thank you. Good, do that one more time, right ear to right shoulder. And left ear to left shoulder. Good, come on back to a neutral neck. And now we're going to move the nose. We're going to rotate our neck and our spine a little bit differently. We're going to take our nose over to the right and just feel a tad bit different of a sensation here on the left side of the neck. Making sure to keep that right side shoulder dropped Good, and now go to the other side. Do that again. And switch one last time. Good, come on back to neutral spine and roll your neck out. One direction and the other. Come on back to a neutral spine. Take a big breath in. Breathe in the power of yet, and big breath out. Make sure you have water, and meet me on all fours on your mat. Coming onto all fours, we're going to continue to wake up the spine and really focus on alignment here. So shoulders, elbows, and wrists align with one another, knees and hips align with one another, toes shooting straight back to the back of the mat, or maybe even curled under a bit to relieve some pressure on the feet. Either way works for me. And we're going to start here by continuing that chin movement that we started with. We're going to tuck the chin and lift the spine here, taking cat pose. Really bringing that belly button in towards the spine. And exhale, we're going to lift the chest, curve the sits bones up towards the ceiling, taking cow pose. Really dropping that belly. Good. Inhale, cat pose, tuck the chin. Exhale, cow pose, lift the chin. Good. Inhale again. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Come on back to a neutral spine. And go ahead and just tick-tock those hips a little bit, waking up the lower back, waking up those hips. Good. Take a moment and tick-tock the hips on over to the left. So your hips are kind of poking out to the left here. And then just ever so slightly, look over to that left hip. Hello. Continuing that stretch of the neck you see that we started with. And now same thing over on the other side. Kick the hips over to the right. Now take a little look over to the right hip. Hello. Feel that side body opening here. Good. Come on back to a neutral spine. Take that left foot and kick it straight back. Okay, nice straight line here. Really feeling that straight spine and getting that tabletop feel here. Toes are ticking straight down to the floor here, not off to the side, straight down to the floor. So there's a nice lift there of that inner thigh, the left inner thigh. And now we're going to cross that left foot over the bent right leg. And we're going to just sink it back just a little bit. Bring those sits bones back just a little bit, continuing to open up through the hip flexor here. Pressing into all 10 fingers, all 10 knuckles, the top knuckles of the hand. Good. Slowly come on back. Tick-tock those hips if you need to. Come to a neutral spine, and let's send the right toes back. Find that straight line here, making one long straight line from the crown of your head to that lifted heel. And now cross that right leg back, drop the right toes on the ground, and sit back ever so slightly, getting the right hip flexor opened up. Nice stretch of the side body. Good. Coming back to a neutral spine. Go ahead and curl those toes under. Send those sits bones up towards the sky, taking our first downward dog of the day. Good. Walking our dog, bending right knee and left knee. Maybe coming up to the tippy toes here, right up on the ball of the foot, and dropping those heels down. Pressing away from your yoga mat. We're going to take 3 big breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Drop the knees. Bring the big toes together. Send the sits bones back and reach to the front of the mat. Take child's pose here for a moment. Allow this to continue to be an active pose. So we're reaching towards the front of the mat, but our sits bones are reaching towards the back of the mat, continuing to elongate that spine. Continuing to breathe here. Walk those fingertips a little closer to the mat and feel the armpit chest open. One more breath. Meet me back on all fours. Here we go. Let's get started with our practice today. Inhale, lift the chin and the chest up. Exhale, cat. Curl the toes under and send those sits bones up to downward facing dog. Pressing into every part of the hand here. Go ahead and lift that left foot up into the sky. Taking three-legged dog here. We're going to engage the core a bit. We're going to bend the knee of that left lifted leg and bring it up towards our nose. So go ahead and crunch it in. Good. Remember the power of yet. And lift. Downward facing dog. Three-legged dog, excuse me. Do that again. Crunch the knee up towards the nose. Keep that dome of the spine. And lift. Good. Last time. Knee to nose here. Knee to nose. Knee to nose. And step that left leg through to low lunge. So many amazing varieties here for low lunge. Some of you may prefer this traditional low lunge where your back knee is lifted. If that's the case, keep that back knee lifted and that energy going through the heel of that back heel. Some of you maybe want to drop that knee and really work on that right hip flexor. We'll do some more options here in a second, but for now I want you to choose either a lifted knee or a dropped knee. And breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Keep that chest lifted. If you need to lift your chin just a little bit, go ahead and do that. Excuse me. Exhale. And one big and more inhale. Now send those sits bones back. Straighten that front leg. Flex the toes towards the nose. Half splits. Hands framing the foot. Foot is flexed and engaged, feeling the stretch all the way from the ankle to the hip. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Roll on through, meet me back in low lunge. Plant the hands on either side of the foot. Step the left foot back to meet the right, downward facing dog. You know it, you love it. Same thing, other side. Right foot lifts up, three-legged dog. Right toes are going towards the floor, not out to the side here. Same thing, other side. You know it, you love it. Both sides, balance in yoga. Lift the right heel up towards the ceiling, taking three-legged dog. Making sure the toes are going towards the ground and not out to the side. Bending the right knee. Bring the right knee up towards the nose with a nice little crunch, a nice little dome of that spine. And send it back. Do that again. Crunch the right knee in. Core is engaged. Send it back. One last time. Crunch that knee in. And take it into low lunge. Good. Find what feels right here for you. Maybe that back knee is lifted, energy going through that back heel. Maybe the back knee is dropped, uncurling the toes here. Whatever you choose, whatever feels right for you, just breathe. We're here for 3. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. That hip flexor might just slowly be opening up for you. That's awesome. All right, this time we're moving into half splits. Send those sits bones back. Flex that right foot, right toes to the nose. Straighten that right leg. Feel that stretch from the ankle all the way up to the hip here. Keep that chest lifted. Maybe put a smile on your face. Maybe you weren't expecting to do any variation of splits today, but guess what? The power of yet. I can't do that yet. I don't know how to do that yet. Well, guess what? This is where we learn. All right, come on through. Back into traditional low lunge here. Good. Plant hands on either side of the foot. Step it back. Stop in plank pose here just for a hot second. Feel your strength. Drop the booty down. Energy through the heels. Alignment in those arms. Upper body is strong and lifted. Downward facing dog. All right, let's add on. Adding on. Go ahead and lift the left heel up towards the sky, taking 3-legged dog again. Really squeezing those inner thighs toward one another. You know it, you love it. Bend the left knee in and up. Crunch it towards the nose. Do that again. 3-legged dog. Exhale, crunch. Inhale. Exhale, last time. Now step it into low lunge. Let's add a few variations of low lunge here. So we've got an option to keep that back knee lifted. We've got an option to keep that back knee dropped. But maybe, just maybe, some of you would really like to sink in to that hip flexor on the right. And so play with what it feels like to walk that left heel a little bit closer to the long side of the mat and bring both hands to the inside of the foot. There's an option there. Maybe you want to go a little bit deeper and you would like to actually bend that back knee, lifting that back heel towards the buttocks. And maybe you want to get really crazy at teen yoga today and you want to add a little twist to the sequence here. If that's the case, go ahead and lift the left fingertips up and over, reaching towards that back foot, maybe, just maybe, grabbing that back foot wherever you are, whatever variation of low lunge you've decided. I want you to hold for 3 breaths here. Making sure all 4 corners of that front foot are flat on the ground. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly unwind and meet me back into that low lunge. Send those sits bones back. Half split. Option here, if full splits are in your practice, to take full splits. Half splits or full splits, the choice is yours. We're here for 3. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last time here. Inhale. Exhale. Coming out of the full splits or the half splits, it might not be pretty. You might have to lift your foot up. Low lunge. Plant the hands on either side of the foot. Step it back. Downward facing dog. Awesome job. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift the right heel up towards the sky, 3-legged dog. Right toes are flexed towards the right shin, facing down toward the ground. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, crunch. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale. Exhale. Hold it here, hold, hold, hold. And take it into a low lunge. Get there however you need to. You don't, nothing, there's no right way to do it. The way that feels good for you is the only right way. Now remember, we've got some variations here. Dropping the back leg is an option. Walking that right foot closer to the long side of the mat. Bringing both hands to the inside of the right foot. Maybe bending that left knee, flexing that left foot with the heel going towards the buttock. Maybe, just maybe, lifting up and over. Getting a little twist here. All four corners of that front foot are on the ground. We're here for 3. Don't forget to smile. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Slowly unwind and meet me in half splits, or if it's in your practice on this side, full splits. Remembering that each side is a little different, so one side might feel different than the other. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One last time. Inhale. Awesome job. Come on back. Come into downward facing dog, however it feels good for you. Tick-tock those hips if you need to. We're not quite done yet. Inhale, lift that left heel up, 3-legged dog. Now, this time, we're gonna bend the knee in, and I'm gonna switch around here. Place that that left heel close to the right hip. We're taking pigeon pose here, and a lot of people think that you need to have your shin of the left foot parallel to the short side of the mat. But if your hips aren't ready for that, then your hips won't be parallel, and really the goal here is for parallel hips. So more so than parallel shin to short side of the mat, I want you to make sure those hip creases are parallel towards one another. And once you find the spot that feels right for you, go ahead, lift it up a little bit here, and exhale, forward fold. Pigeon pose, we're here for 3 breaths. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, all the way filled. Exhale, all the way empty. So do that again. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly come on up to tall arms. Good. Place both hands strong on the mat. Curl the back toes under. Send the hips up. Sits bones up. Downward facing dog. Notice here how it feels. One leg might feel a little bit longer and looser than the other. It's the power of yoga right there. All right, other side. Right foot lifts, 3-legged dog. Right heel towards the sky. And now right knee towards right hand. Right heel to left hip. Pigeon on the other side. Readjust whatever you need to. Focus on those hips being aligned with one another more than anything else. And when you're ready, take a nice big breath in with a lift. And exhale, forward fold, pigeon pose. Now options here, maybe you want to stack those fists, one on top of another, resting your forehead on the fists, that works, or maybe palms down, that works too. 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Push up using tall arms. Come on back to plank pose here. Come on up to the tippy toes. Slowly lower down to the ground. Good. Hands towards the side body. Palms facing the floor. On an inhale, we're going to lift the upper body and the low body coming into locust pose. Here we go. Inhale. Hold it here. Strengthening that back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Lower down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lift to locust. Exhale. Inhale, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale. One last time. Inhale. Hands under the shoulders. Send the sits bones up and back. Wide knees here. Child's pose. We are going to end here today, taking as much time as you need in child's pose. Feeling the benefits of that lower body work that we did today. Feeling the low back release. Stay here as long as you like. Keep breathing. Drink water today, and I'll see you next time.